While Korean immigration is typically beset by high minimum investments or exceptional skills, as time goes on, there is more of a potential for high net worth individuals to be allowed into Korea and to move here, especially in places like Busan, Jeju Island, and elsewhere. I'm here in Seoul, South Korea, right next to DMZ, where a lot of this administrative work is being done to allow people into the country, and particularly those with some level of money. While the old investor visa still exists, I'll be going over some newer investor visas here in Korea and show you how Korea is opening up to the world. Of course, if you're looking for the best place for you to move and you're looking for the best place based on a flurry of factors, feel free to go down in the description, fill out the Google Forms link. I would be more than appreciative of you doing that, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Korea often is looked at as this very closed-off society, and while that is historically true, and even today, there is cases to be made wherein the Korean society is homogeneous. This does not inherently ensure that it will stay that way forever. And as I've walked around and worked with some of the Korean companies as an American who obviously stands out, there is a sense that, of course, change is coming. And in a lot of ways, it already has. You see, Korea has had demographic issues for the longest time, and I will get more into depth of the Korean diaspora alongside other policies they're using for the ideation that Korea is solely a country for Koreans. And while I realistically think that that's going to be the mentality here regardless, I don't think that, especially if you bring in talent, you bring in economic benefit, they're going to be harsh towards what you are looking at doing. The demographics, as I said, were going down quite substantially, and even walking throughout Seoul, which is the largest city and the city in which there is the most opportunity, you sort of learn that it does feel perhaps a little bit less packed as it was, and you certainly don't see as much of the total identity that once was here and the constant hustle and bustle. You see, I'm in one of the more populated areas, and of course there are still people still do exist in Korea. However, it's less so than it was even just a few years ago. And so this has led to a lot of investor visas, especially in Busan, which, pending a lot of different legislation changes and so forth, it is still about $400,000 US to get an F2 visa. That is notably lower than the 10 billion in some contexts that used to exist. Now I believe it's 1.5 billion Korean won, but that's, I believe, for the longer term permit, the F5. When you look at Korean society and the homogeneous nature of it, that makes sense as to the totality of the cost and pushback on foreigners entering, which, as someone who has been no stranger to telling people to integrate into society if they're going to live in a place, that makes sense to me. The investor visa, it's hit or miss, because the 1.5 billion won is spread into companies, whereas Busan and Jeju mostly is into real estate. And for me, I do not see any potential in real estate. Rental yields are extremely low and can actually be negative here in South Korea, as housing is insanely expensive relative to the salaries and relative to overall cost of living. Seoul is not exactly a cheap city. That said, if you are looking at buying real estate in Busan or Jeju anyway, this is a perhaps solid deal, given that it is so expensive to buy. A 40-meter squared apartment many times will allow you to qualify for the investor permits. It all has to make sense for you. So if you're looking for the best way to move abroad, the best jurisdiction for you, feel free to drop down into the description, click on that Google Forms link. I will be doing my best to give you the best ideas as to where you can move, how you can move, what your options are, and of course, for the first 10 people, we still haven't gotten 10, but I'm sure that'll move quickly. That said, if you like this video, feel free to like it. If you really like the video, feel free to share it with your friends. If you are looking for a way to join me on this journey of internationalization and globalization, feel free to subscribe. This has been a little bit more of a rambly video, as I wasn't precisely prepared, and it has been a long trip getting here, so I apologize for that. However, with that said, this has been the Traveling Report, signing off.